When the Fantastic Four were created, they were very much a product of their time. From the flying car to the matching outfits featuring the big number 4, the Fantastic Four epitomized the 60s. So, when the MCU finally got to have a crack at their first family, director Matt Shakman wanted to stay true to the comic book origins and have the Fantastic Four be set in the 60s. But this presented a problem. In the MCU, the timeline of the otherworldly events is fairly set in stone up to 2008's Iron Man. The Avengers team was an idea that few believed could work, so it wouldn't make sense if there was already a superhero team in the 60s. Luckily for this film, audiences have become increasingly aware of the concept of a multiverse, so it can have its cake and eat it too. Because this film is set in an alternate universe, it has the liberty to stylize the world beyond what was possible in the 60s. Instead, it is more of an idealized look at what the world thought the future would be. With flying cars and retro clothes, it is a world like ours, just a little bit cooler. This not only changes the visual style of the film, but also the story. There is a sentiment in the 60s that was much less cynical. At the time in America, there was black and white, good and evil. This is why we have seen in the trailers that the Fantastic Four are loved by almost everyone. The previous Fantastic Four films were each set during the time they were shot. With branding deals and magazine covers, the world was not as cheery as a team like the Fantastic Four needed to thrive in, and it showed in the reviews. At their core, the Fantastic Four is a campy idea, a family of superheroes who get powers in space. Embracing that campiness with this 60s retro world is an amazing way for the audience to accept the campy elements and focus on the heart of the story. Another reason this film has its own universe has to do with its main villain, Galactus. Forget the space clouds of the past. This looks to be a true representation of the character, and if you know him, you know his ultimate goal: to devour planets. His hunger for planets is endless, meaning he will stop at nothing to satisfy his craving. With an Avengers-level threat like that, it would be pretty hard to explain why all the other Avengers weren't there to help. It also gives the film much higher stakes. This is not our universe, which plants a seed in the audience's head that the Fantastic Four may not be able to save the day. Fantastic Four: First Steps is the third attempt at bringing Marvel's oldest family to the silver screen. Setting this film in its own universe raises many questions that the film will need to address. Combine that with the end credit scene of Thunderbolts, and we are all left on the edge of our seats. Why do you think First Steps is set in its own universe? Let us know your thoughts below. Thanks for watching Screen Rant, and we'll catch you next time.